Hello guys, welcome back to Photographics Academy. So very quickly, let us transform the background of this particular image using this one right here. I love this background, right? Because it's, telling a very good cohesive story with the theme of the image, the white dress, the white box with the white background. If you look at the patterns on the wall, the shadows of the trees and all of that is also what we'll have here. So it's going to look very, very beautiful and it's going to fit in perfect. So without wasting much of your time, let's quickly get started. First of all, I'm going to crop it and maybe give us some headroom. We'll crop with 4:5. Just space it out a little bit like this. And make sure that your content aware is turned on and press OK. So once that is done, the next thing we need to do is to clean up this whole background. It's looking messy. So to do that, I'm going to first of all make a selection of our object. Right? Because we need to separate the object from the background and be able to take care of all of that. Then select inverse and make sure you add this box to your selection. Can't afford to lose it. Then the hand area, check this area as well. Okay, so I think we can work with this. Then make a duplicate, right? Click and go to layer via cut. So we'll have our image on a separate layer and our background on a separate layer. So I need to fill up this background. So I will reload my image. Yeah, or better still, let's leave it the way it is and just work on the background, okay? So if we turn all of this off, we'll have our background. I'll use my, what's it called? My lasso tool and just make a rough selection like this around the areas that we do not want, like this. Okay, select inverse of that same background, go to edit, content aware fill, edit, content aware. Oh, sorry, we should be on our background layer, content aware fill. Yeah. So we need to now, the reason I'm using this and not the other one is so that we'll have a preview or more like see what it will look like when it's filled up. So this is what we're going to have when it finally fills up, and I think that is going to work perfectly for us. So I'll press enter and boom, we'll have it filled up. So if I turn on my object back on and turn on every other thing, you will see that we'll now have a background relatively clean for us to work with. Before I shooting it out, I need to extend this shadow, very important for me. So I'll just select my clone stamp, okay, and just extend the shadow. So we can work with that now. The next thing we need to do is to clean up this background. We need to smoothen it out to have a very clean background. And to do that, we need to reload the selection of our object, stay on our background and select inverse, then go to fill. Oh, sorry, before we do that, we need these two to be in one layer so we don't get confused. So the one we use content aware fill for and our main background, we just merge layers. It becomes one layer. Now we can reload the selection and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. So all we are doing here is just to smoothen the background out. So I believe this is showing up from our original background down here. We can actually just delete this. Okay, we can't do that now. Don't worry, we'll take care of that later. I will show you how we can fix that later. Or better still, just use your close stamp and fill it up from here. Just know it won't still affect your object. Now let's bring in the background we want to use. So we'll come over here, make sure it's unlocked and drag it over to our image like this. Just scale it in until it fits. So just have it here. Okay. I think this is already too much over there. Press enter. Now I'm going to change the blend mode to overlay. The reason I'm going to do that is because I want to be able to restore the shadows I had on the image originally, and I also want everything to look very, very realistic for the blending. Now let me show you what I mean. If I come over here and do before and after, you will notice that our shadows are coming back. Are you getting that? So if I create a mask over here and use my brush to reduce the flow, to just restore the shadows we'll have, you see that our shadows are returning back to the image. Of course, when you get your shadows back, you still need to remove all the excesses that comes back with it, right? But make sure you have your shadows properly restored. Then the next thing I want to do is to clean on this box. Looking at it, you are going to know that the box is very dirty. So I'm going to make a selection of just the box like this. Just the box alone. Then go to my hue and saturation and just desaturate it, make it pure white, increase it up a little bit more. Then still on the box, use your mixer brush too to just clean it up. Very simple. Let me load the selection on that so that even if I clean excessively, it's not going to be an issue. We will not lose it out entirely. Okay. So have our box clean. So if you feel this is too much, you can as well bring it down just slightly. Then I'm noticing that here have some colors. So I'll come over here and create a hue saturation adjustment layer and just make sure that I desaturate everything on this background right here. So clip it on it so that even if there are some excessive colors popping up from here, you are going to lose all of them. So the last thing I will do is to create a global color grading. Just, find something that looks good for it. I think I love the way this looks. Let's just keep going. Oh, beautiful. I love this one. So I'll just bring it down to make sure it's matching. So all we need to do on this particular one right now is just to take our time and do our skin retouching, and the job is done. Thank you so much for watching this amazing video. Do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you subscribe, make sure you turn on the notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. This was the before here and this is the after. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.